In this video, we're going to talk about the buffy coat, which is the leukocyte. If we spin the blood, there are three layers. The top is the plasma, the bottom is the red blood cell, and the very thin buffy coat layer is the leukocyte. Leukocyte is the least abundant form element in the blood. The main function of leukocytes is for protection. There are two types of leukocytes. One is granulocyte, which has granule in the cell. The other one is agranulocyte, which does not contain granule in the cell. Granulocytes have three subtypes: neutrophils, eosinophil, and basophil. Neutrophil is barely visible. Eosinophil contains large reddish granules. Basophil is large, abundant, bluish granule. A granulocyte has two subcategories. One is called the lymphocyte. The other one is the monocyte. Lymphocyte is relatively in large amounts with bluish cytoplasm. Monocyte is usually the largest white blood cell. Here shows the three types of granulocyte: neutrophil, eosinophil, and the basophil. Here are two types of agranulocyte, the monocyte and lymphocyte. The function of these leukocytes are summarized in this table. The granulocytes are mainly for protection against infectious microorganisms and pathogens. Lymphocyte under a granulocyte is for destroyed cells. They present antigens to activate other immune cells. They also coordinate actions of other immune cells and secrete antibodies and provide immune memory. Monocyte is like a macrophage. The main function of this type of cell is to phagocytose the pathogen and debris. They present antigens to activate other immune cells. There are several disorders related to the leukocyte malfunction. The first one is leukopenia. Leukopenia has low white blood cell count. The causes for leukopenia is due to radiation, poisons, or other type of infectious diseases. The leukopenia with low white blood cell will open the door for a higher risk of further infection. Another type of leukocyte disorder is called leukocytosis. Leukocytosis has high white blood cell count. The cause for this type of disease is also due to infection, allergy, and other type of diseases. Leukemia is a type of cancer of hemopoietic tissue. It usually produces a very high amount of circulating leukocyte. Uncontrolled growth of leukocyte can cause different type of cancer. If it's uncontrolled granulocyte production, it will cause myeloid leukemia. If it's uncontrolled lymphocyte or monocyte production, which are agranulocyte production, cancer is called lymphoid leukemia. Acute leukemia appears suddenly and progresses rapidly. People can die within months. Chronic leukemia is usually undetected for months, and people with that disease can survive about 3 years. The picture showing the normal blood with red blood cell and different type of leukocyte. And the picture below shows the cancer cell when those leukocytes grow uncontrollably into cancer cell. Platelet is a small portion of blood formed element. The main function of platelet is for blood clotting. Here are some terminologies related to bleeding and blood clotting. Hemostasis is the cessation of bleeding. Hemorrhage is excessive bleeding. There are three mechanisms involved in hemostatic homeostasis: vascular spasm, platelet plug formation, and coagulation, which is the blood clotting. The main function of platelet are listed here. It secretes vasoconstrictors that help reduce blood loss. The platelets stick together to form platelet plugs to seal small wounds. It secretes procoagulants or clotting factors to promote clotting. It initiates formation of clot-dissolving enzymes. Chemically, it attracts neutrophils and monocytes to the sites of inflammation, help with the immune function. It phagocytizes and destroys bacteria, and it secretes growth factors that stimulate mitosis to repair blood vessel. The formation of platelets are involved in 3 big steps. The first one is the stem cell will develop into megakaryoblast cells. Megakaryoblast cell will split into platelet. Platelet can circulate freely for 5 to 6 days, and 40% of them are stored in the spleen. Here is the picture of the megakaryocyte cells formed from the stem cell, and it further split into the platelets, which are the smaller cells that can circulate in the blood. Cease of bleeding is called hemostasis. The process of hemostasis involves 3 mechanisms. The first one is vascular spasm. The blood vessel will constrict when there's a wound. The second step is platelet plaque formation. Platelets accumulate together at the wound to form a plaque. The last step is coagulation. Here, the protein fibrinogen will be converted into fibrin threads to fill up the wound area to form a blood clot. In the coagulation step, there are many factors involved in the clotting: fibrinogen, thrombin, prothrombin activator, and other factors. There are several types of clotting disorders. Hemophilia is a genetic inheritary disease. It's an X-linked recessive disease on the X chromosome. Hemophilia people missing the clotting factor 11. Thrombosis is an abnormal clotting in unbroken vessel, and it's related to the malfunction of clotting factors such as thrombin. Physical excursion and hematomas can also cause clotting disorders. To prevent clots, vitamin K is an essential vitamin to help with the coagulation process. Aspirin and other anticoagulants are used in help with blood clotting disorders.